Welcome back to another episode of KTTV. Hope you are all having an awesome day so far. I'm Janice Sinclair.
And I'm Braden Gerst. This week we bring you stories covering state wrestling, the spring fling, and MSA. Cody gives us a story over at state wrestling in Des Moines, while I'll be telling you all about what it takes to be an athlete. Then Janice Sinclair will inform us all about the disease MSA. All that coming up after this.
The goal for every high school wrestler is to go on to the state tournament at the end of each year. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to get there. Cody Bartles gives us an inside look on the tournament, which was last week.
Every wrestler's dream is to make it to the state tournament for the chance to show strength and skill to thousands and thousands of wrestling fans. New London sent their very own Avery Jacobs, along with his group of fans and cheerleaders, to the state tournament this year in Des Moines, Iowa. The Wells Fargo Arena was packed with thousands of spectators ready to watch wrestling from 3A, 2A, and 1A schools from all across Iowa. Here's Avery Jacobs telling us about his experience in state.
Really cool experience, a lot of people, too many people. I'd like to thank Austin Van Ammerhagen for being my dummy, and Cody for letting me beat him up all year. My advice to future wrestlers is work hard, put in extra time over the summer, and whenever you get a chance, lift weights.
Thanks, Avery, and congrats. This has been Cody Bartles for KTTV News.
Thanks, Cody. Gerst over here has a story telling us what it takes to be an athlete. This should be interesting.
I'll have you know, I have lettered in varsity for 3 years, because I'm basically a savage.
All right, whatever you say. Here's the story.
This is Braden Gersh reporting for KTTV on a short segment of what it takes to be an athlete. Here are what a few students have to say about what it takes.
To be a successful athlete, you have to have a lot of dedication and hard work, and you always have to have supporters, and you also have to keep up on your grades and everything else.
Here is what fellow student Mateo Christianer has to say.
My name is Mateo Christianer, and I'm going to Buena Vista University to play football. What did it take to make it possible for me to go to college to play football? Definitely love for the game and dedication. You have to love what you're doing, and then you have to dedicate all yourself to it to better yourself in the end and make that goal of going to college possible. How do I balance school, sports, and work? Well, first and foremost, school is the most important, so you have to take care of all your stuff that you need to do with that. And then sports comes second to me. I manage my work schedule around my sports schedule and school schedule.
I also counted with the legendary Colton Francis on his athletic ability and what made him rise to the top.
What makes me a football player for you and I is hard work and dedication, making sure I get that walk-on spot. Then after I prove all the unworthy running backs wrong, for you to take the starting spot, go for MVP, not MVP, Heisman Trophy winner, then be the MVP for the BCS bowl game.
This has been Braden Gersh reporting.
There it is. That's what it takes to be an athlete. Now on to more serious things.
Someone in our community has been affected by a rare disease called MSA. I had the privilege of learning more about it and wanted to share some information on how their lives were impacted by this disease. I, Janice Sinclair, met with Larry and Colleen Kellerman of New London to talk with them about how they've been able to overcome the emotional and physical struggles of Colleen's diagnosis of MSA.
Colleen was first diagnosed with this disease on March 13th, 2013, and we've often called it the MSA 313 be gone time because of that. She had fallen, the falls got worse, her gait was bad, and she had gone from nothing to a cane, from a cane slowly to a walker, and finally, about a year and a half ago, right around Halloween, she fell and broke her humerus, right humerus, and when she broke her humerus, shattered it, and they had to put her in the hospital. That's when the doctors, I think, finally got serious about diagnosing what it was, and it was about 4 months later that they came up with this final diagnosis. And each time we go back, they check on her progress, and I think she could probably tell you.
The sad reality of MSA is that there is no known cure.
My most recent visit to the doctor was the beginning of February, and I have been seeing her every 3 months since I was diagnosed. And this last visit, she has told me that my quality of life is the most important thing now. So I'm having to do some things like be in the wheelchair more, raise the head of my bed because of my breathing, and she also told me that quality of life is what they're aiming for, because of course there's no disease, there's no cure for this disease, and my time here is limited, so we're trying to do everything we can to have a good
that could be done. When you read the literature and look on the web, basically all they can do right now
He
is
decided to leave his job and dedicate all his time in helping his wife.
You would say it's about a 24-hour job, and you can leave for a couple of hours. She gets settled in, and I can leave and go do some shopping or take away some time from the house. But basically it's being here to make sure that everything gets done, that she's able to get around safely, make sure that she's got all the things that will help her be able to make it through the day. So it's impacted me.
Since there is no known cure for Colleen, the only thing she can do is help
What I'm doing is following my death. I'm going to donate my brain and spinal cord for research, because that is what they need. They need those two things to figure out what is going on. So I'm going to do that. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm going to do.
Would happen once the inevitable occurs. We're going to stick it out as long as we can, and as I've said, really using education is the key for this particular disease, and however it may work out. We've got some models that we have that help us right now. People who've lost their spouses, and even though they lost their spouses, they've continued to work for the MSA Coalition, doing whatever they can, and I feel like that's probably the most important place for me afterwards as well.
The best thing to do when a loved one has been diagnosed with a rare disease is to educate others and support them like Larry and Colleen have. This has been Janet Sinclair reporting for KTTV. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Rod's Automotive and Tire Clinic for all your auto repairs and tire needs with a friendly environment. Located on 104 East Main Street, New London, Iowa, from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
A big thank you to all the local companies supporting our weekly broadcasts.
Let's see what's going on this next few days around New London. Tonight, the Music Boosters has trivia and treats night starting at 6 o'clock. Saturday, Speech Kids head to District Speech competition in Keokuk. Don't forget to sign up for the blood drive on March 5th.
Middle school and elementary school kids will be attending the Writers' Conference in Oskaloosa on Wednesday. Also next week, New London will enjoy a week of fun with Spring Fling Week. There will be 5 different ways to dress up, one for each day. Here's Addie with more details. That'll wrap up our episode this week. Thanks everyone for joining and have yourselves a great day. See you next time on Tiger Television.